This is a video I definitely did not think I was going to be making, but here we are. It is June 22nd, 2025, and I never thought I would be looking up what I looked up today. So it's kind of been impossible to ignore what's been going on in the world right now. A lot of tension in the Middle East, and the US actually just bombed multiple nuclear sites in Iran. And a few weeks ago, no one really would have expected us to be at this point right now. So now it's kind of a moment like, what's next? What's going to happen? A thought crossed my mind because the world is still quite divided with NATO and the countries that are not in favor of NATO and all that. So I thought, what would happen if World War III started right now as an American living in China? So I did talk about it briefly with my girlfriend, who's also here in China, and she is a UK citizen, another NATO country. So I moved to China at the beginning of this year, and I've been working for an AI company, and it's been amazing. I've loved it. I've integrated super well with the people here. They're all super nice, and the culture has been amazing, and I love living here. But it does beg the question, what happens when the relationship between China and the US maybe goes in a different direction? So I decided to look up in ChatGPT what would happen if World War III started as an American living in China, and this is what I got. So the first point is travel restrictions and exit bans. Now this is obviously one of the more scary things because if you're stuck here, then that can lead to other problems. The US and China are on opposing sides. It's very likely you'd face travel restrictions or even barred from leaving. Now this would not be ideal because, we don't have any family here, not really any friends either. We both just moved here, and if we're stuck here, then who knows what that would lead to. Exit bans for foreign nationals are used as leverage in international conflicts. China has a history of using this tactic in diplomatic disputes. This is just what ChatGPT says, so maybe I will become a POW, hopefully not. Risk number 2, risk of detainment or surveillance. You could be viewed with suspicion, especially if you're in tech, media, education, or anything seen as sensitive. My girlfriend works in education and I work in tech, kind of, so that's not ideal. There's a risk of detainment, questioning, or enhanced surveillance, especially if you're active online or perceived as influential. I might be cooked here. I shouldn't even be making a YouTube video about this, but this is not political. This is just me looking it up and telling you guys what could happen if things were to escalate. A loss of access to services. That was already something that was quite restricted, but let's see. US-based services, banking, PayPal, email, cloud storage might become inaccessible due to sanctions or digital blocks. That's not good. So yeah, this would be very, very scary. Your VPN might stop working. This would make staying in touch, uploading content, or even basic communication very difficult. So that makes sense. It probably would block communications. So if I stop posting at least once a week, I'm cooked. Risk number 4, financial chaos. You could lose access to your US bank accounts or have trouble transferring money in or out of China. This makes sense. I think if all the other things have happened, this would definitely be the case. It's already not the easiest process to transfer money in and out of China, so this just wouldn't help. The yuan, which is the currency here in China, could be devalued or tightly controlled, and the US dollar might be blocked in China, leading to cash shortages or restrictions. Fortunately, I have a few banks in a few different countries, but yeah, that is a very serious deal. Number 5, cut off from the outside world. I feel like this is similar to a previous one. A war scenario may push China to tighten its Great Firewall, cut off external communication, or restrict foreigners' access to the internet or foreign media. That makes sense. It already is quite tight, it is quite strict, so I guess this would just make it even more. You might be isolated from news, family, and international updates. That would be very scary. I hope the Rainbow Six Siege servers stay up. Number 6, evacuation or repatriation, which is a word I had to look up, which basically means you'd be sent back to your country. The US government could issue a level 4 travel advisory, urging Americans to leave. That would make sense. In a worst case scenario, embassy services might shut down and you'd need to find alternative routes. Example, going through countries like Thailand or Singapore. If airspace is restricted or war breaks out suddenly, commercial flights could stop. Yeah, I feel like that would be worst case, and be chilling here in China for a while. And risk number 7, social tension and anti-American sentiment. In wartime, nationalism spikes. You may experience discrimination or hostility from locals, pressure to pick a side, propaganda or misinformation about Americans. Well, that would make sense. I feel like any foreigner in any country in a position of conflict, the locals will definitely not be as nice, but Again, this is not political. This is just what was generated by ChatGPT, but it does make me think, you know, as an American living here, what would actually happen? Now, in the description, I'll leave a list of the things ChatGPT recommends you do as an American now, just in case something were to happen. It is kind of a tense moment globally, and as an American, you know, I am connected to a country that is just very involved with other countries, sometimes for good, sometimes not for good, and it also depends from whose point of view you're looking at. My girlfriend and I have had a little discussion about this, and if something were to happen, we'd kind of need to figure out how to meet again, because she's a UK citizen, I'm an American citizen. I can also go to Europe, but who knows where it's going to be safe to live if things really escalate. And the reality is, who knows if it's actually going to be safe anywhere, because as humans, we have enough nuclear power to destroy a few Earths, so it might not even matter. I will say some of my stocks have gone down as well in value, which is kind of unfortunate, but that always happens in moments of volatility. So yeah, these are quite scary times. I woke up to the news this morning and I was like, okay, this is going to the next level. Now I guess we're just kind of waiting to see what happens next. That's pretty much it for this video. Love to you guys, to everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video, right? Hopefully the next one is just about something nice here in China. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.